where it... Alrighty, I was out here a couple days ago, yesterday I guess it was. Nice little spot in a cove. Been doing some fishing. Gonna try to set up a little overnight. I'm thinking that tree to that tree and then set it in the middle. It's a little big of a gap, but we'll see how it goes. It's been a while. Move this bad boy out of the way. We got, I don't know, a couple hours till day, or till, yeah, sunset. A couple hours of daylight. So I think I want to get this set up. I'm in the Alice pack tonight. Got a 0 degree bag. This is supposed to be down to, I think it said 29, so not bad at all. I don't need a 0 degree bag, but why not? So it'll just be comfy. I have the 10 by 10 tarp, so I think that's what we're gonna drag out. I have a steak to cook tonight because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so why not a steak? So I think that this big gap here will be the ticket. We're gonna see though. I don't know if my ridge line's long enough. We're gonna have to find out. See if this is gonna do it. Not sure that's long enough. I do have more pieces that I can tie to it. But we're gonna see. That tree to out of the frame tree is the plan here. Let's hope. Feels like it's been way too long since I've done this, but I'm excited. Alrighty, we got our string around here. We're gonna do the old marlin spike. So we'll just make a loop, pull it through our bowline knot. Then we'll just put a toggle in there, pull it tight, that shall hold. Woo! So we just reached with a couple feet. So good deal, good dealio. This is going to be the old standard, same thing I do every time. Go around your tree. Might be a little too high in that ridge line. Anyway, going around the tree. We're gonna go to the inside. So 1, 2, 2, still 2, 2. There's a branch tickling my face. Get off me. And then one on the outside. Back down through it. Snug her down. And that knot will be adjustable to get tight, son. So we can make it looser. Get our tarp one right now. New tuning in, or it's been a while. These toggles I pre-made. I actually went and got this. This is like an aluminum tubing from Hobby Lobby. And I drilled out a hole in the middle and rounded it. And then I shaved the edges down so it wasn't sharp. But I made these out of bank line and leave them on this line. And they can just slide with prusik knots to adjust my tarp. So I'm gonna move those so we can get this top on here. What I'm thinking here is I want to keep the tarp more this way because the fire pit's over here, and while it would be cool to have the reflective heat, the fire pit is awfully close and I don't want to take a chance of burning a hole in it. So tarp will be set up here, and I'm thinking kind of an Adirondack wind shelter type thing. We'll see how it goes. You probably hear the boat in the background because we are on the lake. If I say tarp, I always use it's a D&D 10 by 10. Really good tarp. Real good fun. Show you what we got going on here. So hooked up, one there, and this on a 10 by 10 is not, let me move here, confusing. So it's hooked there. So we skipped, and then the center. So center, skip one, hook. That's on a corner. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the back. We're gonna skip 1, 2, same one. We're gonna pin out these corners. That's gonna be our sleeping area. So I was going to show you, when you stake, you want to go in line with where your tab is at that 45, then go at an angle. So when it pulls on it, it's got the resistance of the stake in the ground. It's got to push that way. Little tip. Okay, so you can see it taking shape. As you get your top done, you get your back pegged out. We're going to peg these out as well, our wings. But the back here, what's left, will actually come under and be kind of a little bit of a mat in the back to put our gear. The only issue we're having here is there's a healthy rock right there. So I'm going to have to make sure that I don't lay on top of that because that's not going to feel good. I might sleep this direction if I can, if it's flat enough. So my feet are over that as opposed to my head. So another option we have, and I'll probably do it, is we can take this, fold it over, and then tie it off to a tree, probably that one, and give ourselves some more coverage to kind of get back up under here at night. So pretty nifty, huh? Yeah, I like it. And screwed around and did homework today and a bunch of other stuff, and I didn't eat much. So MRE peanut butter for the win. Look at that. You just can't be mad about that. I don't know how old this stuff is, just peanut butter. Should be fine. So now I'm trying to cobble together a connection of a bunch of tiny pieces of cordage, because I have them, so why not, to tie up this front edge of this shelter. Kind of away from my ass though. Not gonna lie to you. Nope, almost. These are little pieces of reflected cord, so I at least want to use those close to where I'm going to be sitting, because then that way I don't have as much of a chance of hitting them at night, because I've done it before and it is terrifying and not great. So yeah, let me show you how I'm going to attach this. See if I can hold this to where you can see it without doing the GoPro. Okay, so you have your loop. So you're going to make a loop on the end. Just fold it over, run that up through it. Then you're going to put the small tail and the rest of the cord. You can do this when you have shorter cord. Oop, I'll let it out. Crapola. Let's try it again. These are the things that happen, people. All right, so loop. Yep. Through, fold it over, pull your running end and hold it together this time. Your running end and your short end through. Couple of these knots from where I tied this together, making this difficult for TV here, folks. Okay, nope, one more. All right, then you just snug all that down, and that will hold on there. That one's ugly, but it does it. That'll go to the tree, Bob. Ideally, you want a tree straight in front of you, but it's not always ideal, right? It's actually probably never ideal. So we have enough cordage to make it to the tree. So we're gonna go around it. That's where it pulls the front. I really don't like that. That's uggy. It's all loosey-goosey. Might tie it to the second one over here and pull that to the tree instead. Yeah, I don't like that one bit. I could tie it to one of the branches over here, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to reevaluate here. It's a little too much to the left of it, not in front of it. Poop. All right, what we ended up doing from here, follow, not walk in the water, follow it back, and I tied it to a branch. So that's enough to do it. If it was super windy, I'd probably something a little more structural, but that'll work, right? I think so. All right, next thing we're gonna do is get our ground sheet out so that we can lay out our bedding. So I have a poncho in here. What we'll do is use this to lay out. Of course, it's woodland camo because I have a problem. So this will be my ground sheet to lay on so that I don't lay in the mud. It's a little wet. It's a little moist bud. We're gonna lay it with this on the upside because that's the side I would wear if I wore it for rain gear. So we want that side to stay more clean, I guess you could say. Almost said cleaner. So that will be our ground sheet. It shouldn't rain tonight, so I shouldn't have any issue with staying dry underneath this. Otherwise, I'd probably be a little more concerned with how this Adirondack wind shelter came out. So, give it the old test run here. Where's that rock? It's over there. We're a little downhill, but not bad. I think it'll do. Donkey. What we have here is the Climate Static V. This is the insulated version. I also had the non-insulated with a friggin' hole in it. Don't need a ditty bed. We'll clean it up. So we'll get this blown up and bed going. Just so you know, generally when you blow these up, as the temperature goes down, they're gonna kind of deflate. They'll feel almost flat. If it's not flat, it's probably just the temperature drop. Or you could have a hole like I've had before. But you'll know pretty quick because your butt will be laying on the ground and then just try to blow it up and then it'll do it again. That's what happened in Arizona with Sam. We slept in the back of the truck in the rain. For sleeping accoutrement tonight, I have my 0 degree Paria outdoors bag in here. I think I said that earlier. It's not gonna be that cold, but if it's 29 out, I have a 0 degree bag. We'll be in good shape. So I'm not gonna take that out just yet. I'm just gonna throw it in here like such, and then I'll take it out later. I still have some daylight left. Looks like we could have some weather rolling in. I'm really hoping not, because I'm gonna have to tuck back up in this thing on those rocks, but that's fine. The truck is not far at all. I found this spot, so we should be fine. But I've said that before, mid-rained on, so we'll see how she goes. I was a smart man. Would stay up here, but instead, we're gonna make our way down to this little rocky cove here. Excuse me, tumbleweed of death. And see if we can catch a fish. think I've said it before, but before it gets dark, make sure that you have your headlamp ready. Because if you don't, and then you're trying to find it in the dark with no light, it sucks. I always see on movies where people use their flashlights to navigate stuff, like this scary movie I watched a while back, and they're like in a abandoned building, and I'm like, you can't see crap with that. Just get a good headlamp. This is a Black Diamond. I actually have an Ozark Trail one from Walmart that I use to take the dog out in the morning and to do stuff around the camper, and it actually works really well. Sometimes the on button doesn't want to work great, but you just keep hitting it and it goes, and it was like $7, I think. It's pretty great. So get a good headlamp. If it's camo, it's even better. Bonus. Before it gets too much later, I'm gonna split some wood. Split some wood with yins. This is that little gem that I made in the video on my channel from Harbor Freight, and I use it more than anything now because I can beat the crap out of it and I don't care. It's a little, needs a little linseed oil, but the edge is holding up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. This thing is not great on the build. It's actually a little crooked, but it splits really well. It's actually put together really well with the rivets at the top. I think they're called rivets, doesn't matter. I love this thing. I actually took a stone across it the other day, so she's pretty sharp. Sharp enough to cut fingernail. It'll do. So I actually have some wood from a fire that I had a while back that I brought. So I'm just gonna finish splitting it. I've got some split there, another piece that I cut down from this winter that fell down in an ice storm, and then I have some more wood in the truck because there's not a lot of wood out here to cut. Obviously there's some dead branches, but nothing big, fuel, like burning stuff. There is some crap in the fire pit that will catch, so that'll be utilized, kind of, but I wanted some good wood. Good wood in the meantime. Ha! I didn't know if that was gonna happen, bub. One thing that took me a while to learn when I first started chopping wood is to, if it's not gonna stand up, don't try to sand it and chase it. That's how you end up getting hurt. Just take your time. I know, I almost cut the finger off there. Then try to split with the grain, so. I'm throwing stuff through my shelter. Sometimes you can do that, but that didn't work. Sometimes you'll do that and the weight of the wood will actually help push it through the head. It didn't work that time, so. You can do this as well. This actually made my seat later as well. All right, so those are probably good fuel size pieces. Wrist is usually what you want for fuel. I'm gonna cut up some kindling size stuff. This one I think is gonna get laid just across and burnt. So I'll take some of these littler ones, make some good kindling. I'll leave them for a fuel piece. We'll see what we can do with these few. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is split these down. So you can use a hatchet to do this. You can use a knife a lot of times. So you've seen me probably do it with a knife. But if you lay it on there, it's harder to do without crushing your fingers. Where the handle's touching, and the knife, the hatchet's in there, and then you can smack it. I always want to slip, so it's good if you hold it in the back. And you can split your little pieces off of there, because you're not going to stand it up and do it. It's going to fall over. It's dangerous as hell. So if you just lay it down, or you can take and hit it. It's just harder to stay centered, as you see. Little shavings there. This one might be enough split. I might use that for a more of a fuel piece. But we can go on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next. There's a little guy. This one, where you can lay it on it and do one of those. Doohickeys. Bunch of different ways, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever's safe. And it's nice having an anvil because then it has somewhere to go. Obviously getting lower to the ground makes it more safe, but yeah. So we're gonna take some of these pieces I just cut and make them even smaller so that when we start the fire, we have something to put on there. So we're gonna do that with the knife. All right, we're gonna take our knife here. Today's party is Adventure Sworn. I could not think of the name of them the other day, and I'm so sorry because it's such an awesome knife. But yeah, Adventure Sworn. We're gonna cut some of these smaller ones down. We could probably make some feather sticks if we wanted, but I would just like to cut, let's say, this one down. So I like to take the knife, stick it in the center. And then split. That one didn't work as well as I wanted it to. There's a little bit of, don't worry, I've done this with the tip of this for a while now and not hurt it. Another thing you can do is baton it, put it down in there, take another piece. And split that down as well. Something exciting. One of the guys I work with makes custom knives, and I've got him working on a custom knife for me in a bushcraft style, of course, fixed blade with a leather sheath, and I'm friggin' excited about it. It's gonna be ironwood. Of course, I'll show you whenever it's done. It's gonna be really cool. But yeah, he does really good work. It's Freddy made knives. I'll put his, I guess his Facebook link down below, and then you guys can see that and you can order. It does have some turnaround time because he's a one-man band, but he can pretty much do anything. I was thinking to make choppers and like, I guess choppers and then like a style of, what's the word I'm trying to think of here? Like small little combat knives. I mean, everything. So anyway, probably sound like I'm an idiot, but it's okay. I'll put his information down below so you guys can check his stuff out, and then I'll show you whenever I get mine done. Some darkness rolling in there. It's that sweet graffiti. Shitheads. It's pretty though, but we got some good wood built up there. I'm gonna get my fire going here shortly. It's so pretty. Before we run out of daylight, I'll show you. I got a new to me M65 field jacket in woodland camo, and I ordered the liner to go in it. The thing that kills me is it says if it's a large, it's a large to large. It's a large regular jacket. I got the liner and it fits in the sleeves, but it hangs like a ways below the bottom, and I don't like it. I don't know why it hangs so low. It is very warm for what it is, and it's a good beat around jacket. It's not in fantastic shape, but it was 18 bucks, so I couldn't pass it up. These things just like find me and look me in the face, I swear. So that's tonight's jacket. There's a hood in here if I want it, and I also have a beanie in here, and of course I have gloves, so I will be toasty. Yep, that already needs air, and I'm pretty sure I have a splinter in me palm. Keep feeling it every now and then. I don't like it. All right, so before we run out of daylight, I wanted to get the fire going a little bit. I want to do some water. I have some cider, I have hot chocolate, I have tea, I have a steak and potatoes for tonight, so it might be an eventful. Steak's getting done for sure. It's had to be a direct cold because I think I forgot my grill. But I don't know about the potatoes. We shall see. Fire kit, I'm getting all patched up here. I think what I'm gonna do, I got these for another kit, are these little, I think they're Bigfoot makes a bunch of them. I can't remember the brand, I'm sorry, but they're fire tabs. And you tear them and hit them with the steel. And I think that's how we're gonna do our fire. They burn for like 5 minutes. They're kind of like what I make. There's a bag of like 100 of them for like 10 bucks. So they're pretty cheap and they're small. I like them. I've done lit a couple fires with them so far. Of course, you know I have a shitload of options in there, but that's what we're gonna do today. So in this episode, I did bring my little bush pot. This little guy, I've talked about him a million times. I love it. So I didn't bring a Sawyer filter for water. This water's decently clean, but we're gonna boil it anyway because we're not stupid. So we're gonna get some water, get the fire going. Oh, about fell down. Get some water here, water, and get it on the fire. We don't want it too full, right? It's gonna boil and go everywhere. Hopefully they'll get some of the crud out of it. Get that on the fire. My sit pad that I always take, the orange and OD one. I did realize on the trip that I cut it at some point. She's still going strong. It's got dog hair on it from Sam. All that ish. So while the fire's cooking down, I brought the steak and potatoes for my cookware this eve. I naturally have my kuksa, which is pretty standard fare. And then a canteen cup, and this is a Nalgene canteen. It's kind of snug in there, it's weird, I don't know. I got this at a surplus store. I have 3 of these now because I have a problem, but I got the initial burn on it yesterday, so it's got some nice patina starting. We'll get some more on it this trip, I'm certain. So I do have a quart of water here, or a liter of water. That I haven't drank enough of. I'm gonna get water from the lake and boil it for different things. Once it's boiling, then I'll probably cut up my potatoes, put those in there, and then I can also boil it and throw it in here, and I should be fine. So, yeah, it's been a hot minute since I got out, like for an overnight. I got out a lot, it's not an overnight, but I'm pretty excited about it. I have a splinter in my hand, and I did cut back of my hand on something, on a stick or something, which you probably saw in earlier videos, so I'm sure I'll hear about that from somebody. But yeah, this is really good for the soul, and good to be out here and watching the ducks out here pedaling around in the little cove here, and the sun setting. There's clouds, so there's like the colors changing, and it's awesome. I am at the bottom of a hill, so I'm hoping it doesn't rain because water would come through here. So I may have to moat it out, but I'm really hoping not. It does look like it could rain behind me. We'll see. It's Idaho, so weather change in a minute. Poppy, aren't we? Yeah, so I'm just letting that cook down and get that water going that I picked up from the lake, and then probably start thinking about dinner before it gets too dark. It's only 5:30, but I always go to bed early when I'm camping, especially by myself, and not to mention, we're not gonna have a lot of daylight for filming, so any footage is gonna have to be gotten. I am beating this thing up. We're gonna start to get some strings and things showing. Start getting these potatoes done here. So they're little gold tates, little potates. Another one in here somewhere. Ah, there she blows. Need my cutting board. My best cutting board ever, but it'll do. So we're just gonna cut these up and put them in a pot. This one in particular. And then we're gonna boil them so that they can get soft. I meant to bring foil, but it didn't. So that's not gonna happen. No foil. Here's my other one. It's gonna be a lot of potatoes. Biggest thing was the steak. I wanted to have a steak. It's like a celebratory thing, man. getting to come out here. Oh, a woman, man and woman. It's on my pants. Boat just went by, so there's a bunch of waves, wave action. I think that'll probably get less, I would guess, as the evening goes on, because it's dark out. Duh. Right. Goes in there. Wipe that off without using my tongue, because my mom freaks out. My madre. Put that back in the old safe place there. Still cloudy, looks like it might rain, but we do have the water on the fire. So we'll get these potatoes on the fire, and then it'll be steak 30 after that, even though it's almost 6. While we're waiting for things to cook down, I thought I'd show you. I got this tough tested battery pack. It's got a little stand, you can stand it up, and those, it's solar, it'll charge in the sun. Not a lot, but it'll charge in the sun, and then it also has lights. And it'll do SOS, it does red light flash, so it's pretty sweet. We're at our Christmas party for work, and I didn't win it, but my buddy won it, and he knew I wanted it, so he let me have it. So thanks, Tim. I'm gonna try to use it tonight, I think, to film when it's dark out, so maybe I'll have a little more light so you guys can see me. And then if I need to charge my phone and stuff, I have this as well. So pretty sweet little piece of gear. And even better that it was free $99. Well, whatever it cost him to buy tickets. We have boiling water, so that means it is time for cider or hot chocolate or whatever you decide. All right, Kuksa, check. Oh, it's not in this bag. Stupid. It's in my coffee kit. Where did I put my coffee kit? I stuck cider in there. Stand by. That one. And we're back. It's starting to cool off, so I'll probably put the jacket on soon. Coffee kit. This is the one I made. It's going strong now. Why? Because I never get out anymore. A zippy locky in there. We're gonna do the cider. I'm thinking Abe Lincoln. Apple cider. They have that at Winco. That's where I always get it. It's pretty great. I saw it last time I went in Boise, and that's how they pronounce it here. They say Boise, but it's frowned upon. This is spiced apple cider, original, and it is pretty friggin' good. It's gonna be pretty stout in this little cup, but I'm okay with that. Pocket. All right, let's do it. Hot cider and fire. It's definitely cooling off. It's gonna be jacket time shortly. There's the handle on the kettle. I put it back on the fire to keep it warm, but now it's boiling even faster because there's less water in it. So I get some more lake water in a little bit and put in there, but I don't think I'm gonna need water for a whole lot more tonight. So I might just get some boiled up and ready and then let it sit. It's obviously really hot, but it is real good, Clark. I wrote in the journal. Last time I wrote in the journal was July of last year, which is crazy. I just don't write it at home, and I haven't been on any bigger hikes or overnights, so just haven't written in it. Kind of sad. I wrote a lot. I wrote 4 pages, so that's good. It's great to be out. We're gonna get these potatoes, they're boiling now, and then the steak will have to come out and get seasoned, which I will obviously show you. Trying to make too long of a video here, probably be the typical 50 minutes to an hour. It'll probably be an early evac in the morning, just because it always is. So it's Monday tomorrow, it's Martin Luther King Day, so we have the day off, which is sweet. So I'm taking full advantage. Here's the test. We're gonna test this light. Oh my. Okay. Oh yeah, that's choice, bud. So I have a steak, tri-tip if you will. My little grill I do have, but I don't really want to mess with sitting rocks in there, and I always dump it. So I think I'm just gonna do it on the coals. Just a little thickums, so gotta be careful not to burn it without getting it done. Now, with that, I also have, where'd she go, Clark? I made this out of scrap leather and just sewed in between. I got the idea from Lexus Outdoors, and it is a, sorry, the light is not beneficial to me. It's only for you at this point. It is a spice kit. If I can take it apart. I don't know who secured this, but they are top notch. So in here, I have 3 little vials of seasoning. I have some garlic salt. I have, which is pretty much the only thing you need. I have some chipotle rub, and I have Montreal steak spice. I think we're gonna go with the Montreal steak spice. Good pick, kids. Those ducks are making a grip of noise along with the geese. So we're gonna season that bad boy up, and then that light's pretty sweet. Getting ready to toss this bad boy in the fire. Need to get different corks for these, because these little actual corks don't like to come out. Need some rubber stoppers. The exquisite tri-tip. I like to get the good seasoning crust going on there. Push that in, the old flip. I got this at Albertsons today. We're gonna wipe this bottle out pretty good. There we go. Cap that bad boy. I was out here in the spring. The bugs were something else. Maybe a thing, or not spring, fall. So that may be a thing come summer. Straight on. In the moss. Okay, sink in there. All right, fun part will be flipping them. Look at that. If YouTube had smell. Oof. Pretty pumped. I'll let that rest, check these potatoes, stoke this fire, and we're eating din-din. For having no gauge of how done this is, I think I killed it. Killed it! Get the field jacket on, and boys and girls, it is time to veg out on some steak. And some steak and some potatoes. They're an awfully small plate this time. Need to remember that when I'm splitting wood. I do have another pack of wood, but I don't really want to bust it open unless I'm going to use it. Oh man, because I don't want to carry back the truck. That's so good. So good. That's what I've been missing. So I had a steak one time to go camping. Didn't happen, so I went home and cooked it. Making cast iron is just not the same. You don't get the smoke and all the yumminess that you do and you cook it directly over a fire. It's just, yeah, you just can't beat it. Like a real wood fire steak. And I did it perfect. She's just barely done. Waiting for the fire to stoke back up. And then I'm gonna sit here and stare at it. No. I dropped a piece. Fired. All right, well, I'm not gonna make you watch me eat. You get the idea. It's amazing. Clumsy, so I dropped it. So if you know, you know. Got to do s'mores. Got to get your s'morettes, your little s'more, I guess, caps, your ends, your graham crackies on deck. So I did not want to buy chocolate, and I had Reese's. I got a shitload of them for Christmas. Reese's cups. I'm thinking, Abe Lincoln, if these get a little warm by the fire while I'm cooking the marshmallow, and I can just squash them, and it'll do the same thing. I don't know that, but we're gonna give it the old try here. College try, anybody say that anymore? So I'm gonna take one, set it on a graham cracker next to the heat here. Hopefully it'll get it warm. We are gonna get this mallow going here. So, and then I think I'm gonna have a rager fire. It's 7 o'clock, and I'm almost done with like everything that I feel that I need to do. And then it'll be just chill time. I do have a little survival army book thing that has a bunch of tips I've been meaning to read for a long time, so if I'm not sleepy, I may lay in bed and read that at some point, but I'll get back with you guys. Probably on the s'mores so that I can rub it in your face that you're not having campfire s'mores, because I'm such a gentleman. I'm trying to look a gift horse in the mouth, but it's, I'm warm with this fire and this jacket. I'll take the jacket back on. I also made some shwish-mish while I was waiting. Oh, it's perfect temperature. Whew. Tonight might be one of those nights that I'm in that bag in like a t-shirt. It's warm. They didn't quite melt the way I wanted it to, or like a Reese's Thin would. It's really good though. Obviously I brought it up for two. It's 2 is 1 and 1 is none. I don't know if I'm gonna eat it, but I have it, so I feel like I'm gonna drink my hot cocoa. So, it's crazy when you come do these things, like you know they're overdue, you know you want to go. And it's not till you get out and do it, and then how you feel is how much you really realize like how overdue it really was. It's insane. Like I need to do this more often. So I'm gonna chill. Maybe I'll get back with you. If I don't, you'll probably see me in the morning.